And good evening everyone, it's me and Equaton again, and we're getting ready for another trip. And Equaton is also holding his monitor because we have dismounted everything, literally everything. Like half of our streaming studio is now gone. Everything, you dismount everything.
Uplands, you own.
To put everything into the trunk in the car, and we're gonna drive from Berlin, Germany to Jönköping, Sweden via Copenhagen in Denmark. It's gonna be a long road, but it's all worth it for DreamHack. So follow me. We're going on a Eurotrip. Yeah, it's a Eurotrip. I never thought about it.
It's more Scandinavian too, but...
True. Yeah. Well, half Europe, Northern Europe. Cue the titles. And it's 10 minutes past midnight. We're off to Rostock at the north. Ah! If it didn't destroy my things, that's amazing. We're gonna take the ferry to Denmark, and I'm gonna be driving for this leg, and maybe Quentin as well is gonna be driving later.
Nope.
But yeah, so it's gonna be a 3-hour journey now, and we'll see. And we have the ferry at 4 AM. So, good one. Let's go, Mario. Mamma mia! Actually, let's go, Marco. So it's now, what time is it?
It's 3:15.
3:15 in the morning, and we arrived at Rostock in the north of Germany, and now we're queuing for our ferry to Denmark, which will be at 4 AM. So it's 4 AM, we're on board, and we're eating, we're having a snack, departing moments, and then we are gonna be traveling until 6 AM. And we're gonna drive to Copenhagen, and we're gonna spend the morning there, essentially up until our friends from Switzerland arrives, go and continue to Sweden. I like being on a ferry because it reminds me of the time when I was like back in my hometown. You know, in Sardinia, we would actually get the ferry to go back to mainland. It's kind of nerve-wracking because I thought, because we have all the computers and everything into the car, that, you know, the bumpy, like going into ferry can be a little bit of a bumpy ride, so that everything is gonna break. We're gonna find out. Maybe in Copenhagen we're gonna have a look to things, or directly in Sweden. We'll see. For now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep eating, have my coffee, and then probably fall asleep, because I could use 1 hour. I could use 1 hour of sleep, definitely. And yo, we're in Denmark, so we disembarked from the ferry. Why did they call it a boat? And we're now on the road for Copenhagen, but we stopped by because I need a toilet and I need a coffee. And we found this amazing place between bridges. Like, come on, it's all green and beautiful. It's like, I'm very jealous of all of this. It's so good. So let's now go grab a coffee. And we're now in Copenhagen. We just took the metro after we left the car at the airport, because we have to collect a friend coming from Switzerland, as I mentioned, and yeah, didn't want to drive the entire city. The person behind me is not happy. But yeah, so we're gonna visit the city a little bit and grab some food because I need it, and I don't know, we'll figure it out. We finally found something to eat.
c'è un po' di attesa.
1:30 in the afternoon, our friend arrived, we're catching up, and then straight on going to Sweden. We had to sleep in the car for a little bit, like we took a little bit of napping because it was needed. But we'll make it, hopefully. Like this guy in my shoot. He made it, probably. 6 something p.m. We finally made it to Young Shopping. We made it to the hotel, checked in. 7 o'clock actually, good. And we're now going to buy one thing that I'm missing for tomorrow, and then we're gonna eat something, hopefully. I'm very tired. I'm very tired. Sì. Quindi dove stai andando a mangiare hamburgera? Yeah, time to go to bed and then wake up tomorrow. At what time we have to wake up?
6, so 5. Well, we wake up at 6 every day eventually, no?
Keep your feet away from Alright, so
No,
see you tomorrow at 6 for breakfast and then getting up for 3 o'clock.
Okay. Good night.
Night.
It's still, of course, day outside.
Oh shit, we'll need to close off the curtain.
Yeah, we need to close it because it's gonna be like this until 11 probably.
It's
like
gonna
this.
be May. Teresa.
With this, I shut down.
Ah, good morning, sunshine!
I've basically eaten away all my breakfast. It was like completely eaten up. Okay, now we're gonna pack the bags. Yeah, so we're now queuing for getting our pass. It's just the beginning of it, so it's quite early in the morning. It's like still 8 a.m. So there is not a lot of people, although there was like already a huge queue behind. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, we finally set up, so everything is ready. Everything is. Crisis was averted for the missing power cables. There was no real crisis. That's first world problems anyway. And now we're gonna go grab a coffee, grab some drinks, and start gaming, because that's what we do. So expect the next part of the video to be very boring. Not that it was ever fun to begin with, but it's fine. It's gonna be like that going forward, and I'm gonna show you a little bit more of DreamHack around, especially the expo area, which is very cool. It's very light and stuff like that, so if there is any sort of like crazy stuff, but things are still cracking up. It's still still 11 a.m. on the first day. The event is not officially starting up until 3 p.m. today. So it's almost midnight, and now there will be the opening ceremony of DreamHack. The number of people here, it's crazy. So it's day 2 here at DreamHack. I just woke up with my inflatable mattress because what you do here is you camp, literally. You have a huge hall, a room, and eventually you sleep there. So now, going back to the car, leaving all the stuff, and going to get a shower and some breakfast, and then we game again. That's what it is. If I were to explain DreamHack to like my grandma, essentially it's a festival but for gamers. So there is a lot of playing games, eating and sleeping, as well as a lot of like fun events and tournaments and like sports and activities, especially in the summer one, which are usually done in the outside area. During the night also there is a lot of concerts. So I'm gonna spare like the footage of all of that just because it doesn't make any sense. But if you're curious about what I played and also how I played, you can visit my Twitch channel, which I'm gonna put the link in the description box below. But basically, yeah, that's it. It was eating, sleeping, and gaming. I mean, how cool is that? So it's 6 p.m. and now I'm needed to start packing up everything, and yeah, it's finishing. We just unmounted everything and we're abandoning. This is the last time for 6 months because the next one is in winter. It's gonna be in November and we're gonna be here. Hey! The squad is all here. Get a quick drink, not alcoholic obviously, and yeah, we're gonna go for dinner, then on the road, and as usual it was an amazing experience. But now we have almost 12 hours of car in front of us. Yay! And it's not driving again, bitch! Eventually we drove all night, we arrived in Copenhagen, and we managed to get back to Berlin by driving all the way through. I think one notable thing about the returning trip was we crossed the bridge between Sweden and Denmark, and we were at the middle of the bridge exactly at midnight, and because it was the summer solstice, on one side you had complete dark and on the opposite side you had sun. It was pretty cool. But I mean, that's about it for this video. It was just a little bit about our trip to DreamHack, our experience there, and our way back. If you love games, I would suggest you to check out DreamHack. You can go on DreamHack.com. This is not a sponsored video, by the way, but it's just very cool. And they are doing a lot of events across Europe. So have a look to that. If you like gaming, it's definitely the place to be. Thank you so much for watching this video again, and I'll see you in the next vlog, because apparently I'm gonna be on the road again very soon. See ya!